What is up, beautiful people of the world? We are pop R&B group
RiVerse. My name is Justice.
I'm Khadija.
I'm Zach.
And I'm Monroe. And thank you for clicking on this video. And, you know, as you can tell by the video title, this is kind of what has been going on with me lately. Many of you have been asking in the live reaction videos, the lives that we do, you know, mentioning and asking like, where's Monroe? You know, she's not there in the videos. And it's because I am unwell. I feel weird talking about it, and like forgive me if I like look to them, because like I feel like weird and I want to hide. I have thyroid cancer, and it took me a while, a really long time, to actually say that out loud, because I felt like if I didn't say it, then it wasn't real, and I didn't want to give it any power, and I just wanted to continue my life as if everything was normal and that, you know, nothing was wrong. For those of you who don't know, your thyroid is actually right here in the middle of your neck. So it looks like a butterfly, actually, right in the front of your neck. And it's what regulates literally the function of your body, calcium, hormones, literally everything. So thyroid cancer is something that, you know, it is not hereditary. It's actually one of the cancers that just kind of decides to show up and decides to make a home. So I'm just going to tell you a little bit about what's been going on with me and my journey to actually making this video, because I actually didn't want to. I should say I didn't want to make this video, again, because I didn't want it to be real. And you know, to those of you watching, if you're my close friends and family, I'm sorry that I didn't say anything to you, but hopefully watching this video you will understand kind of where I've been coming from. So let's wheel it back to LA. And I was in LA with RiVerse, and we were living our dreams and we were doing the thing. And it's the first time that we had picked up our bags and went to LA, went anywhere actually, because of COVID. So we got there and we're doing great, amazing things. And I remember the first week I felt ill, and I thought it was COVID, so I took a test and it wasn't COVID. Actually, multiple, like we took multiple COVID tests because we were all kind of like here and there, but it wasn't COVID, except for me. My like feeling ill kind of didn't just go away. It was kind of, you know, fatigue, and like I couldn't even get up. Like I would shower and then I would lay back down on my bed. I didn't have the energy to do anything, and I had a really bad cold, and then I was fine. And then I remember the last week before we left, my lymph node was on my left side was massive. At first it started like a golf ball, but then you can see it. If I moved my neck this way, you can see it look like a tennis ball. And it was painful, and I remember going to these guys and I was like, I don't feel good, like this is weird, like what's wrong, like something feels wrong. They're like, you're okay, you're fine, like when you go back home, like just go check it out if you're really worried. So I did exactly that. And because it had been swollen for a week and a half, over almost 2 weeks at that point. And I went to the doctor and I was like, hey, this is what's going on. You know, I just don't understand. And he's like, okay, well, it's probably because you had a cold, and the infection has lingered, but we'll do an ultrasound just to be safe. So I did an ultrasound, and he told me that, yes, my lymph nodes are swollen. However, they said, we've ended up finding suspicious nodes on your thyroid. And I was like, okay. And like, we're just going to go do a biopsy just to be sure. But they said like cancerous, suspicious. They use these words to me over the phone. When people are telling you these things, like your head starts to spiral and you start to go crazy and you're like, thinking the worst possible outcome. So I went to go do my biopsy, and it was one of the most painful things I've ever experienced in my life. So essentially a biopsy, what they do is like it's a pretty big needle, and they inject it into the area that they're trying to take a piece of specimen from, and it essentially at the end of it kind of like clips it, whatever it's trying to get, and then they suck it out into the tube. So the doctor who did the biopsy for me said, you don't need any numbing because it hurts more to give the numbing than it does for the actual procedure. And 2 people had told me that day. So I was like, okay, like, I guess. And they were wrong. It was incredibly painful. So they probed me 4 to 5 times on my right lymph node, just my right. And I actually had a panic attack on the table because it was that painful. And I was crying with laying down crying, can't move, can't do anything because your neck is tilted backwards. And the nurse was like, oh, like, are you okay? Like, you're clammy. And I'm like, girl, no, like, there's a needle in my neck and you're taking stuff out. It was really bad, and I had asked to sit up because I couldn't breathe. I was like passing out essentially. So then they finally gave me the numbing cream, and I didn't feel it for the other one. So I was kind of like, should have done that from the beginning. So if you're ever getting any biopsy, make sure that they give you some type of numbing or anything like that, because it is not a fun thing, especially in this area. So I know I'm rambling. I'm just trying to tell a story.
Yeah, tell it all.
So I waited about a week for my results to come back. And I remember the day that I got the call, and I was at my part-time job that I have right now. And I had to wait for my doctor to call me back because I couldn't talk to him directly. So I finally got the call, and they said that they found cancer in my thyroid. And in that moment when they told me that I have cancer in my thyroid, I still to this day don't believe it, or kind of understand it, and my world mentally has just been really bad. So I had to meet with my surgeon and an ENT who's doing my surgery, and an endocrinologist, and a lot of phone calls, a lot of doctor's appointments, trying to figure out what they're gonna do. And sometimes one part they would say, oh, we'll just do a partial removal, and then when we actually went to the surgeon, he's like, no, we're gonna do a full removal because it's ugly. And he was like, so tell me what do you do? What do you do for a living? And I told him that I'm a singer. And he was like, wait, what do you mean? He's like, what do you mean you're a singer? I'm like, I'm a singer. I'm like, that's what I do. That's my career. He's like, do you mean sing? You sing? Or are you I sing? And I'm like, no, I sing. And he was just like, okay, this, having what you have is something that singers don't, it's their worst nightmare. It's something they don't ever want to have. And what he was explaining to me is essentially the thyroid sits on top of the nerves that move the vocal cords. So he looked at my vocal cords and he said that my vocal cords are great. However, once you remove the full thyroid, we don't know if it's attached to the nerve or if it's attached to anything. We don't know until they open me. But what he was saying is that essentially there's scar tissue that builds on that nerve, and your pitch will change. And if you're not a singer, if you're just talking normally, you wouldn't notice. But because you are a singer, you will notice it. And I remember reading about it on my own. I remember looking at all these videos, and I would message these guys in the chat, and I would like tell them these things, and I would kind of like beat myself up. I was like kind of mourning myself because I felt like if I lose my voice, I have nothing else to live for. And I know that sounds really dramatic, but my voice is everything. It is... Sorry. My voice is my power. And I felt like my power is going to be taken away from me, and then I won't be anything anymore. And that's something that my gremlin, my negative headspace was telling me, because I was reading these things and I was listening to the surgeon telling me this. But in that moment when he said that to me, I remember sitting in the chair and I said, I understand. I was like, I'm not trying to sound cocky. I'm not trying to boast myself up. But I'm a really good singer. I said, I'm really good at what I do, and I have faith that I will be able to rehabilitate my voice, and I will be fine. I was like, I know that as you get older, your voice is not going to sound the same like you were when you were 16, like that's just natural. But I know that I've worked so hard on my voice, and I know that with hard work and with dedication that I will be able to sing. I will be able to sing again, and I'll be able to talk, and everything will be fine. And it's not going to be easy. It's going to be difficult, but I have faith that I will be okay. And I said to him, I was like, rehabilitation is the option, right? And he's like, of course. He was like, there's rehab, it could take, 6 months to a year for you to start to feel normal again. And that truly is one of the biggest, hits to me. It's like a double whammy, You have cancer, but then you have cancer where you thrive the most. For me, I have cancer near my vocal cords. So, needless to say, it hasn't been easy, and I can't find myself to do anything. Like I said, I didn't even want to be here, and not because I don't want to be here with you guys, or don't want to be here with you guys. feel like I just kind of want to get there to the day and have them remove everything that has the cancer in it, and so that I can carry on with my life, because it doesn't feel real. Like right now, nothing feels real. That's the sad part. Those are my sad feelings. And I'm trying to learn to separate my sad feelings and recognizing that there are good days and there are bad days. And I am trying to not think about the small things in life that would bother you, like, oh, my hair looks like shit today. No one cares. No one cares. No one cares about it. My nail broke. Oh, that sucks. You can go get that fixed again. Or I forgot my lunch today. Okay, I'm gonna go get that. These are easy fixes that shouldn't cause so much stress and turmoil in your life. And I'm trying to enjoy things without punishing myself, because there's so much more to life than the things that you worry about. Life is a very beautiful thing, and sometimes I feel like we all take it for granted, and we don't realize the beautiful moments that we have until it's like past us. And I'm really, really trying to pull myself out of a depression, because it's not easy. But what I will say, and I don't think you guys know this yet, but my surgery is September 26th. So I don't know when this is going to come out. I don't know if you're going to see it after or if you're going to see it before. But my surgery is September 26th at 8 a.m. And they will be putting me under anesthesia for 3 hours to remove the cancer that is in me. And I unfortunately won't be doing any reverse reacts or lives for just a little bit. I will be back. But, if you're wondering why you haven't seen me, it's because I'm just dealing with this right now. And to anyone who is going through this, who is going through, their struggles in their life, I want to say, I'm sorry, because it's unfair, and things happen to people unexpectedly, but try your best to not beat yourself up and to think that you did this, that you deserve this, because you didn't do it. It's not that you deserve this. It's not that you're being punished. It's just another chapter in your story, and your story is still not finished. And you have so much to live for. You have so much to do. And there are so many people out there just like you going through things. And I hope that having this video out here can reach somebody, or somebody that they know, just to give them, a little bit of hope and hope and love and a prayer for whatever you believe in, that things are going to be okay. And it just may be shitty right now, but you're going to be okay. I refuse to believe that I was given a gift to sing for it to be taken away from me. I have decided that that's not going to happen, and that I'm gonna be okay. So, I don't really know what to say. I have so many things that I want to say, but it's like, am I repeating myself? I'm, of course, like, scared, and I'm terrified, and I'm trying to take things day by day, but I am so grateful for my family that's around me that help me to remember who I am, and that I am strong and I'm resilient and I am powerful. And I'm thankful to my parents and my partner, my boyfriend, who has been there for me, and, you know, literally just laying in bed with me when I don't want to move, or surprising me for dinner with my family here when I didn't want to do anything. So, thank you. And again, to those who didn't know, I guess now you know. And, yeah. I guess I will leave it as, thank you for always giving me the love and support, for me as a person, for me on this channel, for me as an artist, for me, just me. Thank you for loving me and being there and thinking I'm a funny queen. And just being an audience and being people who love and share magic. So thank you. I hope that wherever you are in this world, you have a good day, a good afternoon, and a good evening and night. I love you guys very much, and I love you guys very much. And
love you.
When I come back, we're gonna sing. We're gonna do lots of singing, and we're gonna do a tour, and you guys are all gonna come, and we're gonna do live singing, and everything's gonna be okay because we go all around the world.
Period.
We go all around the world with live vocals, bitch. So, yeah. I will see you later.
Amazing. Amazing.
Is that it?
Amazing.
It's
Perfect.
I love you.
It was like a spiritual experience just listening to you. It was honestly, that's the vulnerability, like just that everything. It was just so raw. Like I could hear, I could see the person on the other side, like listening to that, and how helpful that's going to be.
Yeah.
You never think it's gonna happen to you. Like you never think it's gonna happen to you until it happens to you. And it happened to me.
I'm so proud of you. I'm so proud of you. Like, you have no idea. Like, I'm immensely proud of your strength and your courage. You're gonna change so many people's lives. As much as you probably don't even feel that you've been riding the wave, I feel like you've been riding the wave. And you're letting life take you to where you need to go. You're doing better than you think you are. And you're going to rise up out of this. You are. You are.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you for sharing.
Thank you. Yeah.
Thanks
You're a
for-
superhero. I
Legit,
will say it once,
honestly.
I'll say it again.
You are a superhero. You have a power within you that is like far beyond.
Speak it.
What you even know. You are great today. You are going to be great tomorrow and every other day of your life. Thank you. No, thank you. Thank you for coming and being here and sharing.
Love you, girl.
I love you guys. I feel like I need to be in this United Cup.
Yes.
It's like, I'm gonna have a wicked scar.
Badass bitch.
Badass bitch. That's gonna be so badass.
When they ask what happened there, I beat a bitch.
You're like, I beat that bitch cancer. Like, I don't know her.